Listen and practice. Alex always felt a heavy burden when considering English. The sheer thought of learning filled them with deep unease, seeing it as an impossible mountain to climb. The idea of speaking publicly triggered profound dread. This initial apprehension made them question, why should I even bother learning English? It was a powerful mental block. Many voices, both internal and external, whispered doubts. Why you should not learn English, they echoed, citing fear of mistakes, embarrassment, or simply feeling inadequate. These negative thoughts were truly paralyzing, contributing to a cycle of inaction. Alex often wondered if pursuing fluency was a futile endeavor, given these overwhelming internal obstacles. One evening, while aimlessly scrolling, Alex stumbled upon an inspiring video. It wasn't about perfect grammar, but about the joy of connection through language. A small spark ignited, challenging the ingrained "why you should not learn English" mentality. This newfound motivation felt fragile, yet powerful enough to consider taking a tentative first step, a genuine commitment to trying. The first instruction was simple: listen and practice. Alex started with podcasts, children's stories, and even song lyrics, absorbing sounds and rhythms without pressure. This passive engagement was surprisingly effective, slowly training the ear to recognize new patterns. It was a gentle immersion, building a foundational auditory understanding before attempting any active speaking. Next came the daunting "start talking at home" phase. Alex felt silly at first, whispering phrases to an empty room. This was crucial for how to talk at home to yourself, transforming a private space into a safe language laboratory. There was no judgment, no audience, just the sound of their own voice, slowly finding its rhythm and confidence. Every morning, looking in the mirror, Alex would describe simple actions: I am brushing my teeth, the sun is rising. This consistent self-dialogue was vital for how to talk at home to yourself, reinforcing basic sentence structures. It felt awkward initially, but repetition slowly forged familiarity and reduced the internal self-consciousness, making the words flow easier. To expand vocabulary, Alex turned to English story reading. Starting with simple narratives, they gradually moved to more complex tales. Each new book introduced fresh words in context, making how to remember words less of a chore. Highlighting unfamiliar terms and looking them up immediately became a crucial daily ritual, building a solid linguistic foundation. Remembering words wasn't just about reading, it involved active recall. Alex used flashcards, created mind maps, and even wrote short summaries of stories using new vocabulary. This multifaceted approach to how to remember words cemented them in long-term memory. It was an active engagement, transforming passive recognition into confident, accessible usage whenever needed. The journey of how to learn English was deeply personal. Slowly, Alex felt an internal shift, a quiet strength emerging. Practicing alone, listening intently, and reading voraciously, they began to build an intrinsic how to make confidence in speaking from within. This self-reliance was foundational, preparing them for future interactions beyond the home. Initially, the confidence was only for their own ears. The transition from whispering to speaking aloud, even to themselves, was significant. This quiet bravery, nurtured in solitude, formed the bedrock. It proved that consistent, low-pressure practice could genuinely transform internal apprehension into a growing self-assurance, step by incremental step. Alex began creating imaginary dialogues, role-playing conversations with invisible people. How to talk at home to yourself evolved into simulating real-life scenarios, practicing introductions, asking questions, and expressing opinions. This mental rehearsal built fluency and prepared them for unpredictable exchanges, honing spontaneous responses in a no-stakes environment. The "listen and practice" mandate extended beyond basic understanding. Alex started paying attention to intonation, accents, and the natural flow of conversations. This deeper listening helped grasp the nuances of spoken English, making their own internal speech sound more authentic. It was about imitating native rhythm, not just memorizing isolated phrases. To reinforce learning and express thoughts, Alex started journaling exclusively in English. This daily writing practice helped solidify new vocabulary and grammar structures. It was a low-pressure way to articulate complex ideas, transforming how to remember words into organic application, bridging the gap between passive knowledge and active expression. The biggest hurdle remained: how to speak with people. The fear of judgment, of making embarrassing mistakes, was still very real. However, the private practice had built a reservoir of courage. Alex understood that perfection was not the goal, communication was, and mistakes were simply part of the learning process. The opportunity arose at a local community event. A volunteer needed help, and Alex, with a pounding heart, offered assistance. It was just a simple exchange, but it was their very first "how to talk in English" moment with a stranger. The words felt clumsy, but they came out, and understanding was achieved. The conversation wasn't flawless, but it was a triumph. Alex learned that people were generally understanding and supportive, not critical. This realization was crucial for how to make confidence in speaking, proving that embracing imperfection was the key to progress. Each small interaction chipped away at the old anxieties. Encouraged, Alex sought out language exchange partners online. These structured conversations provided a safe environment to practice how to speak with people regularly. They discussed various topics, making mistakes, correcting each other, and sharing cultural insights. This deliberate practice accelerated their conversational fluency immensely. How to remember words transformed into how to use words naturally. Instead of isolated memorization, Alex focused on phrases and common collocations. This contextual learning made language feel less like a rigid set of rules and more like a fluid tool for expression, enabling more spontaneous communication. English story reading wasn't just for vocabulary, it improved sentence structure, flow, and understanding of different writing styles. Reading aloud, even to themselves, strengthened pronunciation and rhythm. This consistent exposure to authentic English prose developed an intuitive feel for the language's natural cadence. Every misstep became a learning opportunity. Instead of despairing, Alex analyzed errors, understanding why they occurred. This reflective approach to how to learn English transformed setbacks into stepping stones. It cultivated resilience and a growth mindset, essential qualities for any successful language learner navigating challenges. As confidence grew, Alex began joining English-speaking social groups and clubs. These environments provided organic opportunities for how to talk in English in various contexts. From casual chats to more formal discussions, each interaction built upon the last, solidifying their command of the language. Observing how native speakers interacted became another form of listen and practice. Alex noted their gestures, expressions, and conversational fillers, trying to subtly incorporate them. This imitation, initially awkward, eventually made their own speech sound more natural and less like a direct translation from their native tongue. Learning stopped feeling like a chore and started becoming enjoyable. Alex discovered that incorporating English into hobbies, like watching movies without subtitles or playing online games, made how to learn English a delightful experience. This shift in mindset was pivotal for sustained motivation and progress. Even after gaining proficiency, daily practice remained paramount. Whether it was a quick mental review, a short conversation, or reading an article, consistency was key. This ongoing commitment ensured that the gains made were not lost, continuously refining their skills and expanding their linguistic capabilities. How to make confidence in speaking wasn't something achieved overnight. It was a gradual accumulation. Each successful conversation, each remembered word, each understood phrase contributed. It wasn't about being fearless, but about having the courage to try despite the lingering fear, building resilience with every attempt. To become truly fluent, Alex pushed beyond comfortable topics, engaging in discussions about current events, philosophy, and abstract concepts. This challenge forced them to expand their vocabulary and express complex thoughts in English, deepening their understanding and strengthening their argumentative skills in the language. Sometimes, Alex would mentally teach concepts in English, explaining them to an imaginary student. This forced them to articulate ideas clearly and concisely, solidifying their own understanding. This self-teaching method was an unexpected yet powerful tool for reinforcing how to talk at home to yourself, in a structured way. Instead of focusing on remaining weaknesses, Alex consciously celebrated small victories. Mastering a new idiom, successfully telling a joke, or understanding a nuanced point in a fast conversation were all recognized as significant milestones. This positive reinforcement fueled their motivation to continue striving for greater fluency. Even without living abroad, Alex created a mental English immersion. They thought in English, planned in English, and even dreamed in English sometimes. This constant mental engagement significantly accelerated their how to learn English journey, making the language an intrinsic part of their daily cognitive processes. There were moments of stagnation, plateaus where progress felt slow or non-existent. During these times, Alex revisited why you should not learn English doubts, but quickly countered them with their past successes. They understood that persistence through these phases was crucial for ultimate breakthrough. Sometimes, revisiting basic grammar rules or fundamental vocabulary was necessary. This cyclical learning approach reinforced what was already known and clarified lingering uncertainties. It proved that how to learn English was not a linear path but a continuous process of building upon and refining existing knowledge. Through English, Alex connected with people from diverse backgrounds, exchanging stories and perspectives. The language became a bridge, transcending geographical and cultural barriers. This global interaction powerfully illustrated the profound real-world benefits, diminishing any lingering, "why you should not learn English" thoughts. Listen and practice evolved to include a deliberate exposure to various English accents. From British to Australian, Irish to Indian, Alex sought out different audio sources. This broad exposure significantly improved their comprehension skills, making them more adaptable when how to speak with people involved non-native speakers. Alex discovered the joy of English story reading not just for learning, but for inspiration. They started crafting their own short stories in English, using newfound vocabulary and complex sentence structures. This creative outlet transformed learning into an art, deepening their connection with the language. Eventually, Alex sought out more formal, how to talk in English opportunities, joining debate clubs or giving presentations. These high-pressure environments, though intimidating, rapidly honed their ability to articulate thoughts coherently and persuasively, significantly boosting how to make confidence in speaking. The once overwhelming question, why you should not learn English, faded into a distant memory. Alex realized that the biggest barrier had always been internal, a self-limiting belief. The journey had not just taught them a language, but had instilled profound self-belief and perseverance. How to remember words transformed from conscious effort to automatic recall. When speaking, words would simply appear, flowing effortlessly without needing to search. This fluidity indicated a deep internalization of vocabulary, a testament to consistent exposure and active practice over time. The transformation from someone who simply tried to listen and practice to someone who could genuinely how to speak with people was remarkable. It wasn't about being perfect, but about being able to connect, to express, and to be understood, making true communication a reality. Alex's success inspired friends and family who had once questioned their efforts. They saw tangible proof that how to learn English was achievable for anyone with dedication. This ripple effect was a powerful motivator, demonstrating the positive impact of their persistent journey. Ultimately, how to learn English became a joyful endeavor rather than a daunting task. Alex found immense pleasure in every new word, every fluent conversation, and every shared laugh in English. This intrinsic enjoyment was the true secret to their long-term success and continued growth. Alex realized that how to learn English wasn't a single, rigid method. It was a combination of listen and practice, start talking at home, English story reading, and constant interaction. The key was to find what worked best for them and stick with it consistently. The journey reinforced the power of incremental progress. Each "how to talk at home to yourself" session, each new word remembered, each short conversation built upon the last. It was a testament to the fact that big goals are achieved through a consistent series of small, manageable steps. Alex understood that how to learn English was not a destination but a continuous journey. There were always new words, new idioms, and new cultural nuances to discover. This acceptance of lifelong learning kept their curiosity alive and their skills sharp. The greatest gift English gave Alex was the ability to truly, how to speak with people, from diverse backgrounds. It opened doors to new friendships, broader perspectives, and richer experiences that would have otherwise been inaccessible, enriching their life immeasurably. How to make confidence in speaking wasn't about eradicating all mistakes. It was about developing the resilience to make mistakes and continue speaking anyway. The freedom came not from being flawless, but from being courageous enough to express oneself despite imperfections, embracing authenticity. From the timid individual who once questioned why you should not learn English, Alex had transformed. Their voice, once silenced by fear, was now vibrant and confident. The journey of how to learn English became a profound metaphor for overcoming personal barriers. The core principle of listen and practice was repetition. Hearing and repeating phrases, both internally and externally, solidified pathways in the brain. This consistent, deliberate practice was fundamental to moving from hesitant understanding to automatic fluency, making the words their own. Reading English stories aloud, even to pets or plants, became a favorite practice. This English story reading technique improved pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. It bridged the gap between passive reading and active speaking, making their mouth and tongue comfortable with English sounds. How to remember words wasn't just flashcards, it was actively using new vocabulary in sentences, both spoken and written. Applying words immediately in context made them stick much better than rote memorization. This practical application accelerated their retention significantly. The first step, the decision to ignore the why you should not learn English voices and simply start talking at home, was arguably the most crucial. It initiated a chain reaction of growth and self-discovery, setting Alex on a path they never imagined possible. How to speak with people became easier once Alex found others on a similar journey. Joining online communities or local language groups provided a supportive environment. This shared experience normalized challenges and celebrated successes, making the process less isolating and more enjoyable. Alex used movies, TV shows, and music as powerful listen and practice tools. They turned subtitles on and off, sang along, and tried to mimic dialogue. This enjoyable exposure to authentic language, beyond formal lessons, significantly enhanced their understanding of conversational English. The journey proved the incredible adaptability of the human brain. Consistent effort, varied practice, and a positive mindset allowed Alex to rewire their linguistic pathways, making How to Learn English a testament to neuroplasticity and persistent dedication. Now, Alex not only enjoyed English story reading, but became a storyteller themselves, sharing their journey in English. They could vividly describe their struggles and triumphs, inspiring others to embark on their own linguistic adventures, proving anyone can achieve fluency. Ultimately, the goal wasn't just how to talk in English, but to achieve a profound sense of freedom. Freedom from hesitation, freedom to connect, and freedom to explore a wider world. Alex's journey was a powerful testament to language as a key to liberation.